ready to go racing here at the Big O as Insulation presents Action Expo with our Monster Mash. We've also got the crate sprint cars, 360 sprint cars, our mechanics races for all of our stock car divisions. And of course, Tanner Fox is in the house here tonight, YouTube star. Tanner Fox doing the meet and greet before the program here tonight. And he's going to be out here this evening in a monster truck. Well, we're going to get racing first with our Strickland GMC crate sprint car division. And for the new fans here tonight, we will have two sprint car divisions out on the racetrack tonight. This first division is our entry-level division. They're called the crate sprint cars because the motors come in a crate. They're a more affordable engine than our top division, the 360 Sprints. So here come the crate sprint cars, brought to you by Strickland GMC, starting on the pole out of Scotland in the Ackland Insurance 87X. That is Sean Evans. Alongside him in the Ohsweken Speedway Epic Raceway 38, it's Derek Miller out of Ohsweken. Row number 2 to the inside, the 29 out of Binbrook is Liam Martin, and to his outside out of Oakland, and the Insulthane 3X, it's Lofton Schutz. Row number 3 in the Chiefswood Gas and Garage, number 49H, it's Jerry Hill out of Hagersville. And out of Ohsweken, the 8H is Matt Hill. Row number 4 in car number 4 out of Mississauga, the Oakwood Transport Lucas Oil number 4 is Mac DeMann, and to his outside, the Beachville Bullet. And the 8-door Construction 5-star, it's DJ Christie. And starting in the 9th and final spot in car number 6M out of Union, the Wilson's Better Used Cars, Montana Skyjack 6M of Eric McGlone. First of 3 qualifying heats for the Strickland GMC Crate Sprint Car Division, brought to you by Lucas Oil. 6 laps will be the distance. Top 6 will transfer into tonight's A main. The rest will go to the last chance qualifier, the B main, a little bit later on. 8 laps now being called by race director Doug Leonard here in the tower. So it is 8 laps for this qualifying heat. Again, top 6 will go to the A main. Sean Evans, Derek Miller will bring us to the first green flag of the night. Insulation presents Action Expo Monster Mash Night, and we are underway. Green flag is on the field, and they head down into corner number 1. Evans, your early leader. Liam Martin back there in the second spot with Derek Miller running in third. Through corner 3 and 4 for the first time, the man on the move. Car number 4, here comes Mac DeMann around the outside. DeMann now cuts through the middle, down low on Derek Miller. So put Mac DeMann up to the 3rd spot. The driver to Mississauga. Up in the 3rd position, trailing youngster Liam Martin, who holds down 2nd. It's Sean Evans out in front. Evans, your leader. Liam Martin in 2nd. Mac DeMann running 3rd. Jerry Hill 4th. And Derek Miller 5th. This time by, we'll see the cross flags for your leader, Sean Evans. In the Ackland Insurance Styes Tree Service, car number 87X. Liam Martin 2nd, Mac DeMann 3rd right now. Then it's Jerry Hill 4th. 5th is Eric McGlone. He's come up from the back row. And the final transfer spot right now is Derek Miller in the 38. So you've got Lofton Schutz on the outside trying to get by the 38 of Derek Miller. He, Matt Hill, and DJ Christie right now not in transfer positions. This time around, it's going to be 2 laps to go as Kyle McKenzie throws up the sticks. Evans, your leader, over Martin. The battle for the 3rd spot. Picking up now as Jerry Hill has caught Mac DeMann back and is working on the back end of the 4 machine. White flag goes in the air for Sean Evans in the 87X over Liam Martin. Jerry Hill still challenging the 4 of Mac DeMann, and now the battle for the last transfer spot tightens up. Jerry Hill will get by Mac DeMann for 3rd, but at the front of the field, Sean Evans will pick up the win in Lucas Oil Products Heat Race number 1. Liam Martin will come home in 2nd. 3rd will go to Jerry Hill. 4th, Mac DeMann. 5th will be Eric McGlone, and the 6th and final transfer spot will go to Derek Miller. So Lofton Schutz, Matt Hill, and DJ Christie. The 3X, the 8H, and the 5-star will go to the B main. And there's your winner of Lucas Oil Products Heat Race number 1, the 87X is Sean Evans. Second qualifying heat brought to you by Klotz Automotive for the Strickland GMC Crate Sprint Car Division. Starting on the pole, the champion for 2017, the driver out of Delhi. And the INS Crafts and Supplies, Cameron Cranes. Number 1, it's Holly Porter. To the outside of the front row to Port Colborne in the 5D, this is Jacob Dykstra. And row number 2, inside line, starting in the 3rd position out of Brantford, the Roxy's Tap and Grill. Gales Auto Aftermarket number 9 is Paul Ballantyne. And on his outside out of Carlisle, in the Fleester Roofing LCT, Granby's Towing and Recovery 18 exits, Davey Boughton. Row number 3 on the inside, starting 5th out of Ancaster, the 51 is Trevor Young, and to his outside out of Ohsweken in the Nitro 54 variety number 15, it's Dan Nanakoke. Row number 4 on the inside. In car number 68 out of Ohsweken, the Case IH Rochester Nighthawks machine, that's Aaron Turkey. And alongside him out of St. Agatha, Ontario, and the Cal Tire Nicholson Realty. Cobra Trucking number 18, it's Josh Shantz. And starting in the back row, the 9th and final spot out of Gore's Landing. In car number 19 in the Goodyear Yorkies Barbecue machine, that is Brandon Merle. The driver of that 18 machine, not the 18X, but the 18, Josh Shantz, picked up $12,000 winning the 400-lap Enduro at Flamborough Speedway last weekend. So congratulations to Josh Shantz. I'm sure he'd like another $12,000 next Saturday night in the Canadian Sprint Car Nationals. Yellow will stay out on the field here for Klotz Automotive Heat Race number 2. Right after these 3 qualifying heats for the Crate Sprint Car divisions, we'll bring out the monster trucks for their wheelie competition. So the monster truck's just a little too close to the racetrack here, so we do need to get them back down the banking. They're anxious to get out here and perform for the fans, but we do need to get those monster trucks backed up just a little bit, as corner 3 has caused some calamity over the years, and we have seen sprint cars especially get upside down over there in that area, so we don't want the monster trucks right there. Again, 50-50 tickets on sale. Sellers going through the stands in the pink shirts, wave them down and get in on tonight's draw. Should be well over $1,000 tonight, usually close to the $2,000 mark. We've been to $3,000 a few times this year. So the more you play tonight, the more it'll pay at the end of the night. Get in on tonight's 50-50 draw. Looks like we're ready to come to the green flag, as Kyle Sticks McKenzie has the green flag in hand. And Klotz Automotive Heat Race number 2 set to go. Again, top 6 will transfer to the A main. Green flag goes out on the field. Holly Porter will lead them down into corner number 1. Porter on top. Dykstra back there in second. Then it's Boughton and Nanakoke side by side. Give Nanakoke the 3rd spot. Off of corner number 4, the champion from 2017 leads lap number 1, Holly Porter. Claimed the championship even after a crash on lap 1 week ago in the feature. She held on for the points win in her first ever championship of the Crate Sprint Car division, as Trevor Young right now slow up in corner number 2. And he will make his way to the pit area. Now the question is, can he make it clear of the pit lane, because they do not want to stay green if that car is in a dangerous position. We stay green with Holly Porter, your leader, over Jacob Dykstra, Davey Boughton, Josh Shantz, Dan Nanakoke, and Paul Ballantyne. Right now your top 6. You've got Aaron Turkey and Brandon Merle on the outside looking in. Time by 5 laps complete, 3 to go for Holly Porter over Jacob Dykstra, Davey Boughton, Josh Shantz, Dan Nanakoke, and Paul Ballantyne. Right now, the fight is for Aaron Turkey. He looks low on the 9, and he got a great bite in corner 1 and just shot by Paul Ballantyne into the final transfer spot. 2 laps left to go for Holly Porter. So now the question is, can Aaron Turkey hold on to that final transfer spot? Looks like he will as he pulls away from Paul Ballantyne. White flag comes out on the field as Holly Porter streaks by the start-finish line. One more time around here in Klotz Automotive Heat Race number 2. The checker's about to come out, and your winner of Heat Race number 2 out of Delhi, Ontario, Holly Porter, the champion this season, picks up the win for Jacob Dykstra. Davey Boughton and Josh Shawn, Stan Nanakoke, and Aaron Turkey will be your top 6 that transfer to the A main. So Paul Ballantyne, Brandon Merle, and Trevor Young will all go to the B main. And there's your winner of Heat Race number 2 out of Delhi. In the INS Crafts and Supply, Cameron Crane's number 1, it's Holly Porter. Third and final qualifying heat ready to come out onto the speedway for the Strickland GMC Crate Sprint Car Division. Starting on the pole out of London in car number 7, it's Caleb Wood. And to the outside, out of Caledonia in the Renway Energy Ohsweken Speedway number 88, that is Jesse McDonald. Rolling off third, out of Caledonia in the Burger Barn Ace 1 Construction Aiken Motors 55, it's Mikey Bobby, Mike Thorne. Mike Thorne goes off from position number 3 to his outside. And the 43H out of Stouffville, the Transport Sales and Service. Dernan Motors, Retail Design Group, car number 43H is the Gunslinger, Ryan Hunsinger. Starting in 5th out of Ohsweken, in the Canada Fuels number 9C, it's Brian Nanakoke. And his outside out of Beamsville, the J&E Recovery, number 88H, it's Josh Hansen. Row number 4 to the inside, in car number 44 out of Cortland. Driving the service equipment, CarQuest Tirecraft, number 44, it's Cody Day. And starting in position number 8, in car number 8 out of Vanessa, in the Mike Eric Dodge, number 8, it's Hannah Farrell. And going off from position number 9, in car number 22 out of St. Catharines, the Gilletta Flooring Services, number 22 of Alan Gilletta. And a correction on car number 44 tonight in the 7th starting spot. That will be Steve Day, not Cody Day. So Steve Day in the 44. Again, 8 laps the distance. Top 6 will transfer to tonight's A main. The remainder of the drivers will all go to tonight's B main. $200 so far in the 50-50, but I know we'll probably get that up as the evening goes along. $200 in the 50-50. Flag down those sellers in the pink shirts as we get ready to go. Third and final qualifying heat comes to the green flag. This one brought to you by Creative Edge Signs and Graphics. Caleb Wood on the bottom, but here comes Jesse McDonald, the champion from 1 year ago, takes the lead. And here comes the Gunslinger right behind him, the 43H. Ryan Hunsinger works it off of corner number 4 and chasing down leader Jesse McDonald. Mikey Bobby, Mike Thorne, has been probably the hottest driver in this division over the last month. Right there into third now as we have problems with Alan Giletta's 22, but it looks like we'll be able to stay going. McDonald leads over Hunsinger. Mike Thorne right now battling for that second spot with the Gunslinger. Hannah Farrell up in 4th. Caleb Wood 5th. And right now, troubles for Brian Nanakoke. He'll gather it back up. But he sits in that 7th spot right behind Josh Hansen. 1 position out of a transfer spot. 4 in, 4 to go. Jesse McDonald leads the way over the Gunslinger. Ryan Hunsinger. Mike Thorne right now in 3rd. Farrell, Wood, and Hansen right now your transfer cars. Brian Nanakoke charging hard, trying to catch the 88H. Here he comes down at corner number 1. Hansen's got the 6th spot. Nanakoke in 7th, trying to get by the co-rookie driver. Both drivers rookies this season. And Brian Nanakoke loses some track position there in corner 4 as now Hansen begins to work on Caleb Wood for 5th. Meanwhile, at the front, the white flag is out. Jesse McDonald leads the way over the Gunslinger, Ryan Hunsinger. Mike Thorne right now in 3rd. Then it's Hannah Farrell fourth. Fifth, Caleb Wood, and sixth, Josh Hansen. Checkered flag will come out. Creative Edge Signs and Graphics. Heat race number 3 goes to Jesse McDonald. Ryan Hunsinger second over Mike Thorne. It'll be Hannah Farrell, Caleb Wood, and Josh Hansen will all transfer to the A main. Brian Nanakoke, Steve Day will go to tonight's B main, as well as Alan Gilletta. So there's your winner of Creative Edge Signs and Graphics, heat race number 3 out of Caledonia. The Renway Energy number 88, it's Jesse McDonald. All right, here they are. The monster trucks will take over the Big O. There's Black Stallion on the back stretch. Was here 1 year ago. Are you ready, Darren? Darren, our DJ, has a microphone tonight. I'm solo here in the tower. Much like my high school career, I was solo. And I'm not talking Han Solo. Ready to crush some cars. Black Stallion says, how do you do with the first wheelie of the night? Anger management is something I could use. I've got 4 kids. I could use some anger management. Wheelie contest. Black Stallion wheelie number 2. It's a little sideways on that one, so we'll give it an anger management now for his go-around on the wheelie contest. Oh, almost lost him on the first. So Tanner Fox is going to be driving one of these monster trucks here tonight, too. I'm sure a lot of the kids are here to see that. Here comes anger management. All right, here we go. Overkill Evolution. Let's see what he can do here in the wheelie contest. Oh, well, he got some air on that one. No fear. Oh, and he takes out the restart cone. All right, folks, what do you think? We give this one to Overkill Evolution? All right, so the monster trucks will return a little bit later on, as Tanner Fox will come out in one of those after our intermission. Then we'll have monster truck races after our B main for the crates. And tonight, the monster trucks will close the program with a freestyle program for them as we get ready for the Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack Sprint Car Division. 2 qualifying heats for the 360s here tonight. First of 2 qualifying heats for the Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack Merchandising Sprint Cars. The first one brought to you by Lucas Oil Products. The car is getting pushed off over in the warm-up track off of corner number 3. For our new fans here tonight that maybe have never seen sprint cars, these cars do not have starters aboard, so they need a push start to get going. Direct drive off the back of the motor, but it makes them the fastest cars on dirt, and we are ready to go with our top division here tonight for the first of 2 qualifying heats. Ryan Turner out of Gaister Center is going to line up on the pole. The Aces Bar and Grill, J&E Recovery, Plastics Auto Recycler 91 to his outside. Out of Brantford, the Burger Barn, Ace 1 Construction, Aiken Motors, number 10 of downtown, Mitch Brown. Starting in third out of Fenwick, the Gibbons Contracting, Upper Canada Consultants, number 14H, the Red Rocket, Jim Hoopinen. And scheduled to go off fourth out of Brantford, the Auto Finishers Canada, Hills Tire Gas, Stroh's Barbecue, Little Bend 110 of Jake Brown. Starting in the 5th spot out of Thamesford, the Vipond, Ellercarn, DuPont. Number 6 is Curtis Gartley. And rolling off from the 6th position, out of Scotland in the Bradshaw Fuels Ohsweken Speedway 47X, the 2017 champion. It's D-Dubs Dylan Westbrook. Starting in 7th out of St. Catharines, the Gulfy Concrete, Overland Heating and Air Conditioning, A to Z Expediting, car number 80, the Real Deal, Chris Steele. And starting in position number 8 out of Hamilton, the Instant Insulation Epic Racewear, Dalton Group, Best Way Betting 01 of Mikey Krutchka. So it'll be 8 cars, all cars transferring to tonight's A main. 8 laps will be the distance for the Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack Merchandising Sprint Cars. Well, Darren, let's introduce you to the fans. Say hi to the fans, Darren.
All right, I think I can do this, Greg.
You can do this?
I think I can do it.
If I can do it, you certainly can do it. You show much more talent here, playing music and keeping everything orchestrated here in the tower. Ready to go. No points on the line tonight, but with the year Dylan Westbrook's had, I think it's pretty safe to say everybody's probably chasing him again here tonight.
Yeah, I think that's pretty safe to say here tonight, Greg, that Dylan's had a tremendous year, that he just has improved every week.
Yeah, no, exactly. You look 2 years ago, make that about a year and a half ago, he ran his first ever 360 sprint car event, and now he's already the champion. He's about to be 2-time SOS champion, and he just keeps marching along, and we'll get to see him in this qualifying heat, but it's a stout first heat. The Brown brothers in it. Ryan Turner in there, Mikey Krutchka, Chris Steele, Curtis Gartley, any one of these drivers. Jim Hoopinen's in this heat. I'm thinking you probably didn't want to draw heat number 1. You've got a lot of champions here in this group.
Yeah, there's a lot of heavy hitters here in this first heat.
Jim Hoopinen, 2-time champion. He had a chance last week at the championship, came in at 2 points up on Dylan Westbrook, but came up just short on his 3rd championship in the division. Mitch Brown, former champion from 1 year ago. Chris Steele, one of the original champions in the division. We don't really think about Chris Steele being a former champion, but he was a few years ago. That's how old we're getting, Darren. We've been here far too long.
Too long.
Oh, so here we go. The sprint car is ready to come out onto the racetrack for the first of their 2 qualifiers. Again, this one brought to you by Lucas Oil Products. Want to welcome everyone watching live at home, streaming on YouTube. Want to have a look. Oh, there's a live chat on YouTube. I didn't realize that, Darren, so we'll have to watch the live chat here as we get ready for the first qualifying heat for the 360 sprints. Ready to go green. Ryan Turner and Mitch Brown bring us the green flag, and we are underway in this first qualifying heat.
Looks like Mikey Crutch has got some problems on this front stretch.
Yeah, I wonder if he's got problems or if he's doing the start and park. I believe it's a perfect attendance night, and I know that Mikey wants to really save his car for the Nationals, so hopefully that's the case, because we definitely don't want to see problems for Mikey this early on in the evening. Mitch Brown, your leader. Ryan Turner second. Then it's Jim Hoopin in third. The battle right now is fourth. Jake Brown and Dylan Westbrook going back and forth at it. Westbrook flies by. So it's Brown, your leader. Mitch Brown, hot off his win on Sunday night down the Ohsweken Speedway in SOS competition. Followed by Ryan Turner. 4 laps on the board. 4 to go. Ryan Turner second. Jim Hoopin right now in third. Fourth is Jake Brown. Fifth, Dylan Westbrook. And kind of surprised to see Dylan struggling back there in fifth right now. 5 on the board. 3 laps left to go. Mitch Brown stretching things out. As the gap closes for second, though, Jim Hoopin looks low on Ryan Turner. Coming to the white flag, Lucas Oil Products Heat Race number 1. Mitch Brown has the lead, but here comes the fight for second. Hoopin on the bottom, Turner up top. Hoopin slips by, will cut up in front of the 91 as they go down the backstretch. Meanwhile, across the stripe, the checkered flag, Mitch Brown wins Lucas Oil Products Heat Race number 1. Ryan Turner will get the second spot back. He'll finish second over Jim Hoopin, and Dylan Westbrook gets back by for fourth. Fifth goes to Jake Brown. Sixth, Chris Steele. Seventh, Curtis Gartley. And eighth will go to Mikey Crutchka. So there's your winner of Lucas Oil Products Heat Race number 1 out of Brantford, the Burger Barn. Ace 1 Construction, Aiken Motors, number 10, downtown, Mitch Brown.
Well, Greg, we've got a black Chrysler 200, license BZVJ967. Your lights are on. That's a black Chrysler 200, BZVJ967. Your lights are on.
I usually wait till the end of the night to tell them that their lights are on.
I'm a little nicer than you.
That's a lot more fun. Ready to go the second qualifying heat for the Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack Merchandising Sprint Cars. And this one brought to you by Creative Edge Signs and Graphics. Starting on the pole out of Pancor, Ontario, the CF Industrial, Lumar Excavating. Vertec, number 38, is Tyler Hendricks. And lining up in the second spot out of Caister Center, the KT Tobacco Town Line Variety Silo Wireless 97 is Corey Turner. Row 3 on the inside out of Carlisle, the Big Road Meineke Car Care. Creative Edge Signs and Graphics number 9 is Steve Lyons. And starting in fourth out of Waterdown, the Core Pack Merchandising Renomac Construction 0C is Cole McDonald. Starting in fifth out of Caister Center, the Charlie B. Honey Pie is Spring and Alignment, VNR Recycling 11 of Jamie Turner. And starting in sixth out of St. Williams, the Norfolk Appliance Repair, Simcoe Bearing, Gales Auto Aftermarket 6 of John Burbridge Jr. And his right behind him in the seventh spot out of Simcoe in the Norfolk Appliance Repair, Simcoe Bearing, Gales Auto Aftermarket 21. It is John Burbridge Sr. And it does look as though one of the Burbridge cars not able to make it, so it's 6 cars, 8 laps the distance in Creative Edge Signs and Graphics. Heat race number 2, Kyle McKenzie ready to wave the green flag, and we are underway. Turner leads through corner number 2, hot off a phenomenal weekend down at the Brighton Speedway where he finished second on both nights. Both nights trailed the Browns. As that start not to the liking of race director Doug Leonard, so Corey Turner will be sent back 1 row for the jump on that start. Again, a pair of second place finishes down at Brighton last weekend. Both times finishing behind one of the Brown brothers, but an overall great weekend for Corey Turner, looking to get back at it here tonight. Hot off of his first Ohsweken win a couple of weeks ago. Green flag is out. Hendricks leads. And here comes youngster Cole McDonald around the outside of Steve Lyons. Tyler Hendricks leading the way. Steve Lyons right there in that second spot. Cole McDonald doing a nice job holding on to third. Corey Turner running in the 4th spot. Then it's Jamie Turner and John Burbridge who go back and forth. Coming down to complete lap number 3. It's Tyler Hendricks over Steve Lyons. Top 2 breaking away. Now here comes Corey Turner working to the inside of Cole McDonald. Side by side down the backstretch. Give Corey Turner now the 3rd spot. Cross flags go on the field for Tyler Hendricks, your leader. Lyons still in second, about 5 car lengths back. Then it's Corey Turner. A good distance back in 3rd. Cole McDonald 4th. John Burbridge 5th. And 6th, Jamie Turner. Three laps left to go for Tyler Hendricks. The driver out of Pancor, former crate sprint car driver, moved up to the 360s, looking for his first career A-main win. Getting it done right now with 2 laps to go here in Creative Edge Signs and Graphics Heat Race number 2. Whoa, close racing there between Burbridge and McDonald. McDonald gathers the car back up. White flag goes out on the field. Tyler Hendricks sails it down the backstretch and ready to come to the checkered flag. Through 3 and off a corner for the final time. Checkers out, and Tyler Hendricks wins Creative Edge Signs and Graphics Heat Race number 2 over Steve Lyons. Corey Turner 3rd. 4th will be John Burbridge. 5th, Jamie Turner. And 6th is Cole McDonald. So there's your winner, Creative Edge Signs and Graphics Heat Race number 2 at a Pancor. It is Tyler Hendricks picking up the win here tonight. Driving the CF Industrial, Lumar Excavating and Trucking Vertec number 38. So that concludes qualifying for the Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack Merchandising Sprint Cars as we get ready for the Gales Auto Aftermarket Bomber Mechanics feature. So feature number 1 coming out. And it looks like we will have 6 in this one. Safe to say, Darren, though it's not. Now, these names on here, these are the actual drivers, not just their cars, because some of them are the regular drivers? Okay.
Well, Greg, this is a fun day for these guys, a chance for guys to try out different rides and have some fun, and Bomber Mechanics race 1 of 2 coming up here.
So it's, yeah, that's true. Doug just said a lot of them are one-man crews, so some of them driving their own cars here tonight. Trevor DeBoer in the 23. That's usually Dusty DeBoer. To the outside, the regular driver, Tim Jameson in the 177. Paul and Dustin Longboat in row number 2, the 188 and the 155. Lucas Smith, our champion, back there in 5th in the 49L. And Frank Plazik, Adam Plazik's father, driving the 01P here tonight. Frank's got plenty of laps racing in the past, so he's no stranger to racing either. As we get ready to come to the green flag in the first mechanics feature of the night, 12 laps. We'll talk to all of our winners all in one group after all the mechanics races are over, and green flag is out. here for the Gales Auto Aftermarket Bomber Mechanics race. It was Trevor DeBoer leading the way over the longboats, and right through the middle comes Tim Jamieson. Trevor DeBoer, regular runner in the Thunderstock division in car number 23. He's right there, gets a little tap there to the back end of the 155 of Dustin Longboat. Troubles for Frank Plazik on the backstretch, slow in the 0-1. This time bond will be 3 laps on the board, 9 to go. Our very own Clinton Jeffrey is racing tonight. I'm trying to look at the list here. He is in Thunderstock, feature number 1, which is coming up soon. So Darren, we'll be able to say whatever we want with Clinton in the car. Lucas Smith heads to the pit area, as does Tim Jamieson. So it's Dustin Longboat out in front over Trevor DeBoer, Paul Longboat, and Frank Plazik, as Smith and Jamieson head to the pits. Battle for second is on. Cross flags up in the air. Dustin Longboat, the champion from a year ago. He's the 2016 Bomber champion. Leads the way. Trevor DeBoer, Paul Longboat continue to go at it side by side. Eight laps about to go up on the scoreboard. 4 to go here in the Scales Auto Aftermarket Bomber Mechanics race. Dustin Longboat out in front by a country mile. He comes by to complete another lap here in this one. 9 and 3 to go.
Paul Longboat's taking over the second spot over Trevor DeBoer.
Yeah, with 2 to go, Paul Longboat into the second spot. It's got to be a little nerve-wracking. This isn't your regular car. You don't want to damage it. For Dustin Longboat, this is his regular car, and he is showing some muscle here as he leads with 1 lap left to go. Paul Longboat in position number 2 over Trevor DeBoer and Frank Plazik. Checkers out, and Dustin Longboat will pick up the win. Paul Longboat will come home in the second spot. He'll do an extra lap. Trevor DeBoer, third, and Frank Plazik will come home in the 4th and final position. So once again, we'll have all of our mechanics winners all at once for a combined victory lane. We have the mini stocks up next and the Thunders. So HRW Automotive Mini Stock Mechanics race number 1 up first. Cody Somerville starts on the pole in the 26. Now Cody, a regular in the Bomber division, is trying out that car. Jerry Wilcox, is that Jerry or Joey? In the 2.
Looks like Jerry.
Jerry. Billy Schwarzenberg starts 3rd in the 21. Mark Thorne in the 4W. Wade usually in that 4W. And Billy Schwarzenberg is in Jonathan Ayrton's 21 tonight. Danny Bake. Our girls have very pretty writing up here in the tower, but I'll tell you what, I can't read some of this.
I'm going to go with Danny Baker.
Danny Baker. Oh, yeah, good. See, Darren? Mark DeSilva's in the 22. Father of Tristan DeSilva, a regular in the Bombers. David Goodacre in the 5. Now, he usually drives the 05, but he's the crew member for Rick Robinson's 5. Jason Lungaro used to be a mini stock driver, now a Thunderstock regular in the 96, Brian Crosgrove's machine. And Jeff Shields in the Burger Barn 21X. And I don't have a name on Jason Dixon's 6 machine, so not sure who's piloting that car here tonight. We're going to see if Jeff Shields knows how to drive, because that 21X has been stout. The championship car, I'm sure he wants to show he can win, but I'm sure he also doesn't want to damage the championship car. You'll never be asked back. So right now out in front, it's Cody Somerville, again, a regular in our Bomber division this year. Jerry Wilcox, they're in second. Billy Schwarzenberg in the third spot, and Mark Thorne running fourth. Here comes Thorne. He'll make it 3 wide down the front stretch. 12 laps here for the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks. And, there goes the Burger Barn machine into corner number 1. Jeff Shields with some problems there. He'll bring it back on track. So out in front, Cody Somerville enjoying his laps around the big track here tonight. With Schwarzenberg now up into the second spot. Mark Thorne in third. Then it's the 13 of Danny Baker in fourth. And that 6 machine in fifth. Again, we don't have the driver's name on the 6th. So that will be Mr. Loblaw. Bob Loblaw. And to corner number 3 goes the leader, Cody Somerville. Over Billy Schwarzenberg. Oh, Somerville takes it just a wee bit high. He'll gather it back up. But now Schwarzenberg is right there to the inside. Mark Thorne in third. Danny Baker fourth, and Bob LeBlanc back there in fifth. Billy Schwarzenberg now to the top of the pile. Over Cody Somerville, and here comes Mark Thorne to the inside of the Baker 13. Bob LeBlanc with a solid top 5 going right now. It's the best I've ever seen Bob LeBlanc run here. I've seen him at every track I've announced that, in fact. I think Joe Murata calls it Billy Belunga or something like that for drivers they don't know. And there goes Bob LeBlanc into the pits. Oh, good eye, Darren. See? You're a pro. I didn't even see the car in the wall in the front stretch. I was watching Bob LeBlanc go into the pit area. Bad news, Mark Bazine. Your championship car just got into the wall. Oh. Good news. It looks okay, Darren.
Yeah, I think it was just a kiss on the wall.
A kiss on the wall. Yeah, I missed that one. So Jeff Shields wiping his brow. All right, so Billy Schwarzenberg now is the leader in the 21 in Jonathan Ayrton's machine. Tim Newell's 26 being piloted by Cody Somerville right now in second. He had a bit of a uh-oh moment in corner 4, and that cost him the lead. Then it's the 13 of Danny Baker in third. Mark Thorne in fourth. Fifth is the 96 of Jason Lingaro. Then we got the 22 of Mark De Silva, the 5 of Dave Goodacre, and Jeff Shields in the 21X. The 2 has also been called back to his spot, Jerry Wilcox. In all the races that I've gotten to see Bob Loblaw race, I've never got to interview him in Victory Lane. I'm disappointed.
Not once?
Not once. Not once. Whoever that driver is, they're going to hate me. So here we go, ready to get back at it. Billy Schwarzenberg. Cody Somerville. Coming back to the green, 6 in, 6 to go for the HRW Automotive Mini Stock Mechanics Race. And our very own Clinton Jeffrey up next in the Thunderstocks. He's driving Ryan Denning's car, so he said he got roped into it. I don't think it was hard to rope him in. New leader down the backstretch. Well, it was our previous leader, but back to the top of the pile goes Cody Somerville. Over the 21 of Billy Schwarzenberg. Baker right there in that third spot, doing a nice job. Is Danny Baker. running third. Mark Thorne in fourth, and here comes Schwarzenberg back down to the inside. Oh, they make contact. Did they have to sign a waiver to drive these things, or with the owners, I mean? Here they go, right back at it. They're driving by the policy, you break it, you buy it. And here they go, side by side for the lead. Billy Schwarzenberg, up into corner 4. Cody Somerville catches the bails. Woo! Whose heart was racing more there, Cody's or Tim Newell's? My car. Boy, oh boy, good to see Cody get slowed up just in time before the hay bales up there. Again, for our new race fans, you see those white marshmallows up there in corner 4 along the wall. Those are hay bales shrink wrapped in white plastic, and it lessens the blow. The other good thing to see was when he hit the bales up there, Darren, the fence moved, which is another good thing to see the flexing of the fence. So it takes away all that energy in the crash. So it'll be 3 to go in this one, and then it's the Thunderstocks, where our very own Clinton Jeffrey is driving the 8 car. Now, he came up in the tower, and he made it sound like, oh, I have to race in the Thunderstock mechanics race.
Yeah, he made it seem like he really wasn't into it, but
Yeah.
I think at heart he's...
well, you get Ryan Denning's car. Who could turn that down? We've seen Clint race before. Some almost get clobbered one night. Were you here the night he was in the chain race?
I was not here for the chain race.
Oh, my goodness. Now, I can't remember if he was I think he was in the back car. They chained 2 cars together, raced him around in the infield oval. I think he was in the back car. But anyways, another car got sideways, and the car chained to it started spinning, rolling over and over, barrel rolled, and just about clocked Clinton. We almost lost him that night. But here he is back at it again. Was it Trevor? Yeah, Trevor DeBoer that night flipped, and that was a close call for Clint, and that's why I stay up here in the tower. Clint ran in the mini stocks down at Humberstone earlier this year. He drove the T-Fox 5, Tanner Fox's car that he raced here that weekend. Clint drove in the mini stocks and came home with a solid finish, so we'll see what he can do here coming up. I don't know if he took the microphone with him or not. He did race one night with the microphone. There's Cody Somerville waving to the fans as the car that doesn't belong to him gets towed to the pit area. He's happy. $400 in the 50-50, so keep buying those tickets. $400 so far.
White flag this time by.
Well, it was a good battle up at the front. It's a shame to see Cody head to the pit areas. He and Billy Schwarzenberg were going back and forth at it, but I got to say I'm impressed with Danny Baker. He's got to have racing experience. Looks very strong in that 13. Bobby Tolton's normal ride here on a Friday night. Mark Thorne, we've seen him do many laps around this track. Back there in third. Back to the green flag with 3 laps left to go of the HRW Automotive Mini Stock Mechanics feature number 1. Down the back stretch goes Schwarzenberg with Baker in tow. Mark Thorne right now holding on to third. 2 laps left to go for Billy Schwarzenberg. Here comes Mark Thorne. He'll slip to the inside of the 13. Troubles for the Amsoil ride, and it looks like the 13 may be headed to the pit area. Yes, it is. So put Mark Thorne to second. This time by a white flag going up in the air for the HRW Automotive Mini Stock Mechanics feature number 1. Checkers are out. Billy Schwartzenberg's going to pick up the win in Jonathan Ayrton's 21. Mark Thorne second. Then it's the 96 of Jason Lungaro. The 2 of Jerry Wilcox, the 21X of Jeff Shields, and the 22 of Mark DeSilva, the 5 of Dave Goodacre. That rounds out the HRW Automotive Mini Stock Mechanics feature number 1. Billy Schwartzenberg will go down to Lucas Oil Victory Lane, and we'll talk with him in just a moment as we get ready for the Thunderstock Mechanics race number 1, brought to you by Middleport Mechanical. Link Harrison's going to be on the pole in Casey Huffman's number 13. Jason Dixon will go off to the outside in car number 6. Row number 2 on the inside, driving Ryan Dennings, number 8. It'll be Clinton Jeffrey. And to his outside, Craig Erskine in the Burger Barn 56, usually driven by Derek Lemaire.
Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, we can hear you, Clint.
You know, I'm mega nervous, guys, I got to tell you, but we're going to have some fun here.
Keep it off the wall, bud.
I'll try. I got to put this microphone down, but you know, you guys did a good job winding up my wife and kids, so I thank you for that.
All right, so there's Clinton Jeffries in the black number 8 right there.
Anything I want you back here? All right, I got to put this mic away, Greg. I'll talk to you in a couple laps.
If you win, you have to interview yourself.
No, I want you to come down and do it.
So row number 3 is going to be Steve Robinson in the 11. Mark Zuba is in Dave Bailey's championship car. That car just did the three-peat for the second year in a row. Champion here at Ohsweken, Merrittville, and Humberstone. So Dave Bailey's 49 tonight, driven by Gibbs Action Sports' Mark Zuba. Bobby Tolton, who was a regular driver in the 13 and the mini stocks, he's in the 52 of Tony Frazier. The 28 is Robbie General, who's driving Jim Lampman's machine. Randy Hollinghead in the 1, which is Chris Dickey's normal ride, and Jesse McDonald is in the 7. So Link Harrison's decided to go to the back in the 13, the original pole sitter. So that puts Clinton Jeffrey on the pole. Andy Miller reminding me of the time Clint almost got hit in the infield as well by Billy Hogue, I think it was, in sportsman competition. There's been so many close calls. Keep it safe, Clint. He's on the pole. So here we go. Clinton Jeffrey, Mark Zuba on the front row. Last time I saw Clint run in a Thunderstock, it was a mechanics race, and it was the 8 machine. I don't know if it was Ryan Dennings or Brad Bacher's car at that time. He was the 3, I believe. Where's Tommy Googe when you need him? All right. A snail's pace. Come on, Clint, pick it up. So he's got the FM on, so we can't even talk poorly about the boss while he's out there.
Well, I mean, we could.
Well, we
if we don't want a job next week.
Dustin Anderson in the other Lampman machine, our safety worker. So, does that mean if we need a safety worker, he has to get out of the car and we have to wait for him? Yes, okay. I'm guessing Clint can do anything he wants and won't get black flagged here by starter Doug Leonard, or race director Doug Leonard. I dare you, Doug.
I want to be there for that conversation.
Tech Barn into the night, Clint. All right, here we go. I'm nervous for Clint here. Mark Zuba on the outside. He's got plenty of laps here. Former crate sprint car driver. Steve Robinson in the 11 machine back there. With Craig Erskine in the 56, and the green is out. Here they go into corner number 1. Well, holding his own, Mark Zuba, the leader in the Gibbs Action Sports, Window Works number 49. Clint's got it on the outside line. That car's always so good on the bottom. We'll see what he can do. So it's Robinson sneaking by for second. Are we allowed to spot for Clint if he's listening? One on the bottom, Clint. Another one on the bottom. Okay, clear. There you go. Cut back down to the inside. There you go. Robbie General now to the inside of the 8 machine. Down the backstretch. Your leader, Mark Zuba. Over Robinson in the 11 and the 7 of Jesse McDonald up there in 3rd. Clinton Jeffrey back there in 4th. Robbie General right now in the top 5. Craig Erskine back in position number 5. Four complete, 8 to go. Zuba leading the way at side by side. Oh, Jesse McDonald up into the Robinson 11 and put Jesse McDonald into 2nd now. Robinson in 3rd. Clinton Jeffrey right now in 4th, and Robbie General put a car length back of you, Clint, in 5th. They'll go around the lap car, the 13 of Link Harrison. Here comes Mark Zuba with Jesse McDonald in tow. McDonald, no stranger to the Thunderstocks. And here he goes. He'll get by Mark Zuba. Jesse McDonald, former Thunderstock driver, our crate sprint car champion from 1 year ago, to the top of the point, driving Jason Lingero's number 7. Good side-by-side battle for 4th now as Robbie General's on the inside of the 8 of Jeffrey. Jesse McDonald this time off of corner number 4, stretching his lead over Mark Zuba. 9 complete, 3 to go. In our first Middleport Mechanical Thunderstock Mechanics feature of the night. Mark Zuba back there in 2nd. Robinson right now 3rd. Robbie General in 4th. Clinton Jeffrey in 5th. Then it's the 1 of Randy Hollingshead in 6th. Craig Erskine 7th. 8th right now is the 52 of Bobby Tolton, and Dustin Anderson back there behind him. This time by, we're going to see the white flag for Jesse McDonald. Clint's about to fall out of a top 5 position possibly. He's got one more lap to hold on for a top 5. Can he do it? Here comes the challenge out of corner 4. Randy Hollingshead pulls alongside. Leader down the backstretch, Jesse McDonald sails it through corner number 3. He'll work it off at corner 4 in the Middleport Mechanical. Mechanics win goes to Jesse McDonald over Mark Zuba. Then it's Robinson in 3rd. General comes home in 4th. 5th at the line will be Hollingshead. 6th will be Clinton Jeffrey. 7th, Craig Erskine. 8th will go to the 52 of Bobby Tolton. And then it's Dustin Anderson and the 13 of Link Harrison. So we'll go down to Lucas Oil Products Victory Lane and talk to our 3 winners. Let's hear for all 3 of our Mechanics Race Feature 1 winners. Well, Dustin Longboat, no points on the line here tonight, but a win's a win, and racing cars is fun, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Since it's the last race for us, I decided I might as well come out and give it all I got.
Who would you like to thank for a solid season in this car?
Oh, I got to thank my brother Paul most of all. This is his car, and Gail's Auto Aftermarket, and Cool Kids Ice and Water.
All right, Dustin Longboat comes home the winner in the Bomber Division. Billy Schwarzenberg, what'd you think of Jonathan's car? It drove like a dream for you.
Yeah, this thing was hooked up tonight. It pretty much drove itself, and it was a lot of fun. I really appreciate the opportunity to come out here and try dirt. Definitely looking forward to doing it again.
You look like a natural out there. Does it make you want to come back and do it a little bit more?
Yeah, I would say I'll be back for sure.
All right, Billy Schwarzenberg comes home in the victory lane for the mini stocks, and Jesse McDonald, no stranger. Clint, he beat you fair and square. He was a half a lap ahead. Oh, he's protesting. Still a lot of fun out there. Is it cool to get back behind the stock cars?
Oh man, these things are lead sleds. I love them. It takes you back to your roots, and yeah, it was fun. It's a lot different than a sprint car. A little bit more car, and they just handle a lot different, and that was fun.
Were you worried trying to get by Clinton?
A little bit. I got to thank Jay for letting me use his car, and this was fun. I'm glad the fans enjoyed it.
All right, let's hear it for all of our mechanics winners here down in victory lane. You finished 6th. I don't talk to the 6th place finisher.
Come on, give me a minute. Okay, I just want to protest and say, Jesse's a crate sprint car driver. Mark Zuba's a crate sprint car driver. Steve Robeson was a street stock driver. And who's the last guy to beat me? Hey, Hollingshead. He won more races than anybody, so I did all right. No, I got to say, Greg, it's always fun for guys like you and I to get behind the wheel because you have mad respect for what these guys do. Unbelievably hard out there. I was praying they would throw the black flag or at least the white because my head was falling off. So big respect for these guys do. Big hand for all these drivers, folks. They do an amazing job. Thanks, Greg.
And congratulations to Clint, the first nobody across the line here tonight. B-Main on its way out for the Strickland GMC Crate Sprint Car Division. Starting on the pole. Out of Oakland, Ontario, the Insulthane Middleport Mechanical 3X, that is Lofton Schutz. And on his outside out of Brantford, the Roxy's Tap and Grill, Gales Auto Aftermarket number 9 is Paul Ballantyne. Row number 2 out of Ohsweken in the Canada Fuels number 9C, it's Brian Nanakoke. And on his outside out of Ohsweken in the 8H, it's Matt Hill. Row number 3 on the inside, starting 5th out of Gore's Landing, the Goodyear Yorkie's Barbecue number 19 is Brandon Merle. And starting in 6th, out of Cortland, and car number 44, the Service Equipment CarQuest number 44 tonight is driven by Steve Day. Back in row number 4, in the A-Door Construction 5-star, the Beachville Bullet, it's DJ Christie. And starting in 8th out of Ancaster, car number 51 is Trevor Young. And back in the 9th and final starting spot out of St. Catharines, the Gilletta Flooring Services, car number 22 of Alan Gilletta. 6 cars transfer. It looks like 2 will go home now, as not everyone made the call here. As we are missing Alan Gilletta, who had problems in the qualifying heat. So 2 of these drivers done for the night. B-Main, Strickland, GMC Crate Sprint cars ready to roll. And the yellow flag will fly. A no start. Lofton Schutz in the 3X being called on the jump there. So that I can see if Brian Nanakoke now will go up to the front row. So Lofton Schutz goes back one row. And that will leave us with Brian Nanakoke, Paul Ballantyne now, starting up front for this B main. 8 laps, 6 cars to transfer. They pick up the pace in 3 and 4, coming back to the green flag from Kyle McKenzie, and that is much better. We are underway. Nanakoke leads the way. Ballantyne, they were in second. 3-car battle for the 4th spot. Matt Hill right now 3rd. Schutz back to 4th. Now make it 5th as Trevor Young shoots by him on the outside. Nanakoke, Ballantyne 1 and 2. Ballantyne caught a big rut down in corner number 1. Gathers the car back up. Stays in that 2nd spot. Driver to Brantford really getting this car hooked up. Had a good run 1 week ago. Brian Nanakoke, your leader. Paul Ballantyne right now in 2nd. Matt Hill 3rd. 4th, Trevor Young. 5th, Lofton Schutz. 6th. The final transfer position is DJ Christie. Brandon Merle, Steve Day right now, the 2 cars on the outside looking in. Cross flags out on the field. Nanakoke crosses the stripe. He is the leader. Ballantyne 2nd, Matt Hill 3rd. Trevor Young 4th. DJ Christie now will take 5th away from Lofton Schutz. Schutz will go back down to the bottom, and he'll take spot number 5 back. Brandon Merle not out of this yet. He's right there. He needs to slip by one of these 2 white machines and get himself into the top 6. Here comes Merle to the inside of DJ Christie. Great battle right now for the last transfer position. 2 to go for Brian Nanakoke at the front of the field. Ballantyne 2nd, Hill 3rd, Young 4th, 5th is Christie, 6th is Schutz, but here comes Merle again. White flag is out. Brian Nanakoke, Paul Ballantyne, Matt Hill in good spots right now to cruise to a transfer spot, but the final spot is on the line. Merle all over the back end of Lofton Schutz. Checkers wave. Brian Nanakoke will transfer, as will Paul Ballantyne. Matt Hill will come home in 3rd. 4th will go to Trevor Young. 5th will be DJ Christie. And 6th will be Lofton Schutz. Brandon Merle, good solid run. He'll come home just outside of the transfer position, as will Steve Day. So congratulations to Brian Nanakoke, the winner of our B main. He, along with the 9 of Paul Ballantyne, the 8 of Matt Hill, the 51 of Trevor Young, the 5-star of DJ Christie, and the 3X of Lofton Schutz have all transferred into tonight's A main. So Brandon Merle, Steve Day will be done for the evening. But a valiant effort by Brandon Merle. Did a great job. And he could have really forced the issue and maybe wrecked some equipment there to try and get into the A main. But he didn't. Ran a smart race, got more experience, and continues to get better in that 19 machine. So that concludes the B main for the Strickland GMC Crate Sprint Car Division. We've got all of our drivers set and locked, ready to go into their A main a little bit later on. So next up, it looks like it's going to be Tanner Fox in a monster truck. As far as I know, he's never driven one of these before, to my knowledge. It would be fun at rush hour, would it not? Driving down the QEW and just mashing cars.
That'd be one way to get through your traffic, that's for sure. So what we're going to do here is we're going to bring out the 3 trucks, and then we're going to put Tanner right here on the front straightaway. So we can get everything rolling here shortly.
50-50 is at $650, so keep buying those tickets. Sellers go on through the stands in the pink shirts. Get in on tonight's 50-50 draw. Must be able to get to $1,000. I didn't promise it, but we get there quite frequently. Just waiting for Tanner Fox to come out here. I'm not sure which truck he will be aboard yet.
Well, Greg, they're going to wheel out the trucks first with the real drivers. We're going to put Tanner Fox right here on the front straightaway.
Sorry, you just said that.
So here comes Black Stallion, Safety Clean Black Stallion, Overkill Evolution, and Anger Management.
I had my husband ears on there when Clinton was talking and said what we were doing.
Sorry, what was that, Greg?
Yeah, exactly. Those ears. So there is Black Stallion. Black Stallion, I believe, is the truck that went through the camper last year. It's demolished the camping trailer. Anger Management. Overkill Evolution over there in the infield. Just brute force are these monster trucks.
And I believe that camper was Jesse McDonald's,
Yes,
if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, that's right, too. Jesse's party shack from over in the camping area got demolished. All right, folks, we do need you to be back in your seats. We can't have anyone along the fence area. 1, for safety, and 2, so the people behind you can see what is going on. So we do need everyone to get away from the fence, please.
Well, what do you think, guys? Should we put Tanner in the monster truck? Well, we got Tanner here down in front. Well, Tanner, say hi to all your friends and fans.
Fox Fam #1, baby.
Tanner, the big question is, are you nervous?
Not at all. I'm ready.
Do you think he's ready, kids? Let me hear ya. All right, we're going to go put him in. Mike, this is your truck. Are you nervous, Mike?
Well, I don't know much about him. I watched him on YouTube, and he likes crashing stuff, so I'm not liking that. But you know what? If he crashes it, he crashes it. Kid's got a heart of gold. Let's see what he can do. We're going to ride him around out here. We had no practice time at the beginning. We just talked about it out back there a little bit, how the rear steering works, how the steering works, and the power. He's never been in anything with this much power. I think 600-700 horsepower. What car did you run last week?
What kind
of car did you just run?
A McLaren.
Huh? A McLaren. What is 700 horse? This has got much more torque, probably double the horsepower. So we just gotta, kind of feather the gas, get the hang of it. So you're actually going to witness him first time ever driving. We didn't do anything backstage. If he did, I'm sure you'd see it on YouTube. So here we are. We're going to go for it. Just be patient. Cheer this kid on, all right?
Mike, just remember this was your idea, buddy.
You got the insurance, right?
We got insurance.
I don't like that.
Here we go. Tanner Fox is going to get buckled in and go for a ride. Here, his first time ever in a monster truck. So they'll do their final bit of prep around here. And we'll get set to go. Don't forget, we're going to bring the pros back tonight for a freestyle to really tear. To go here in just a moment. Tanner going to walk around and get buckled in, and then we'll hustle through the rest of this racing program. Thanks everybody for being here. Greg, you got any prizes or anything we give away in the meantime? We'll be about 2 minutes getting Tanner buckled in down here.
Well, we've given everything away we had to give away here tonight, but again, we need everyone to abide by the security. We need everyone away from the fence to keep everyone safe and let everyone in behind you see. So we need everyone to take a seat here so we can continue on. Again, 50-50. Sellers going through the stands, get in on tonight's draw. Again, please, everyone abide by our security team. We need everyone sitting down, back away from the fence. We want everyone to have fun, but we want everyone to go home safely here tonight. We don't need to remind you. He's never driven this before, so. All right. Getting him all buckled in.
Well, Greg, you heard Mike Vaughters say it. There's no practice here. He's never even sat in the truck before. Well, maybe once in the pit area, but they've never fired it up, never drove it anywhere. So this is his official first time behind the wheel of Safety Clean Black Stallion here. I want to thank Vaughters Motorsports and Mike for offering up the ride here for Tanner. And we work on getting all the GoPros fired up. Mike Vaughters in there getting them buckled in and ready to go.
Can't even imagine what it's like to get behind the wheel with no practice in one of these trucks.
Well, you also have the rear steer effect also, right?
I was just going to mention that. That's a totally different aspect of this is the rear steer with the back wheels. So,
but this young generation, they can drive cars with joysticks. No problem. A lot better than our generation could, probably.
I'm just worried about the pace truck down there, Clint.
Rick, are you worried about the pace truck?
He's got a whole sales lot of those.
Now I'm just wondering why we don't see Clint in one of these tonight.
Well, they were crazy enough to let me have a street stock, not a monster truck. I radioed over Rick and said, are you worried about the pace truck? And it came back a few seconds later and said, just a little bit worried, yes. But there's lots of other cars over there. If we have to get out of line, hopefully it's the pace truck is the one that doesn't get clipped. So once Tanner's done here, we've got the other two trucks. They will be back on at Anger Management and Overkill Evolution. As soon as we're done with Tanner, we'll hustle right through their race. And then we will come back with Mike Vaughters back behind the wheel of Safety Clean Black Stallion to finish off our monster truck races here. Don't forget they will be back at the end of the night here still for a freestyle show. So don't go around. We're still going to bring the monster trucks back and tear up every one of the cars you see down in the infield here tonight.
These trucks have a safety switch too, and although Tanner is driving, they do have a remote on these trucks. They can stop them at any time.
Okay, he's got it fired up.
Fired. Are you guys ready to see Tanner Fox in his first ever monster truck run?
Oh boy, Greg, you set it right for the pace truck. All right, here he goes. Make some noise for Tanner Fox, first ever ride behind a monster truck. Of course, just getting used to that rear steer and figuring out how he's going to make these turns. I believe it auto centers, so we'll see how that one goes. All right, here we go. You want me to hit the stack, Kenny Mike? Well, what do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Should we make him go over the cars or what? Make some noise. Should we make him go over the cars? Let's hear ya. All right, he's giving him the signal to go for it. Gonna get it nice and straight and get ready to go. Here we go. First ever monster truck crushed by Tanner Fox. Going for it. Here we go. Well, one more stack. What do you think, fans? Should we go for it? Here we go. He's thinking about it. Going back for the stack again. And again, got to be a very strange feeling out there going over those cars like that. All right, we got a nice fresh stack for him to hit there. If he's down at your end of the track, yell at him, let him hear you. Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen, Tanner Fox's first ride in a monster truck. We'll get him out and see what he thought of that. Well, here he is, ladies and gentlemen. How about it for Tanner Fox? Well, Tanner, what do you think of that?
Oh, it was insane. Best thing I've ever done.
Seriously?
Man, that was so much fun. I went over cars.
You did go over cars. Congrats. Good job, Tanner. Welcome back. Thanks for coming back. How about it for Tanner Fox, ladies and gentlemen? Hopefully you guys got to meet him here today. The Monster Truck Pros are going to get set to roll off here, and we will fly into some Monster Truck races right now.
Up next, monster truck races. So, okay, so it's an elimination round, one-on-one, and then whoever wins moves on to face the truck remaining. Black Stallion, Anger Management, and Overkill Evolution.
Well, what do you think, fans? Are we ready for the monster trucks again? Here we go. We'll bring out the pros now and get ready to roll.
It's a Black Stallion Overkill Evolution head-to-head. Ready to go. 3, 2, 1, go. Overkill Evolution definitely in the lead. Oh, big jump there. Black Stallion over the pile. Nearly took out Lucas Oil Victory Lane. We're still going. Black Stallion across the pile, and Overkill Evolution takes the win in round number 1.
All right, so Overkill Evolution looks like it took round number 1. We'll get out anger management now.
All right, anger management now. We'll take on Overkill Evolution. How many of you think Overkill Evolution is going to make it 2 in a row? How many of you think anger management's going to beat Overkill Evolution? All right, let's find out. Ready to go in 3, 2, 1, go! Overkill Evolution again, the faster truck. Anger management catches up just a little bit. Oh, Overkill Evolution. Oh, big air time. I think it's hands down. The winner will be Overkill Evolution. Big air time on that final jump there. Let's hear it for Overkill Evolution. Nearly took out the light pole and all. So that will conclude the monster truck races. That round goes to Overkill Evolution. They'll be back with their freestyle at the end of the night. We're ready to go HRW Automotive Mini Stock Mechanics races in just a moment.
Where, right now?
I make that the bomber. Anger Management, Black Stallion now squaring off. And Black Stallion the leader. So Black Stallion will the second spot over Anger Management. So that will conclude the monster truck portion for the monster truck races. Again, they'll be back with the freestyle at the end of the program. You're doing all these, okay, Darren? I quit. Gale's Auto Aftermarket Bomber. Mechanics race number 2. Who we got here? Rebecca Hellier in the 519. That's the 517 rather, girls. That's a 517. 21 and she forgets her numbers. Rebecca Hellier in the 517. Dale Robinson in the 6E. That looks like a P. Good job. Emily Nye is in the 78. Is that Arnie DeBoer? Yes. Arnie DeBoer in the 23. Janello Batista in the 49L and Allison Plazik in the 01P. What was that movie, The Da Vinci Code? That's what this handwriting is kind of. Ready to go. White flag is out. From starter Kyle McKenzie. So Rebecca Hellier and Dale Robinson will start on the front row. Cody Somerville, the usual driver in the 517, Anya Robinson and the 6E. Aiden, the normal driver, the 78, and Dusty DeBoer, the regular runner in the 23. Lucas Smith, the 49L, and Adam Plazik, usually the driver in the 01. Number the double greens, 12 laps. Mechanics race number 2 for the Bombers. So Robinson leads the way. Dale Robinson out in front, door to door. Hellier and DeBoer.
DeBoer takes the lead on the back stretch for second.
Robinson leading, DeBoer second, Hellier third, but here comes Allison Plazik on the outside. Doing a nice job up there to position number 3. Three on the board, 9 to go. And a battle for the lead. Here comes Allison Plazik to the inside of Dale Robinson. Arnie DeBoer still in there as well. DeBoer to the inside. Lap car of Nye in the 78. And they all go high in corner number 1. Robinson, still your leader on the backstretch. Oh, Arnie DeBoer cut the implement tire. Oh, Nye right into the leaders. Robinson holds on to the lead. DeBoer now slides up into the top spot. So Hellier and Nye collected down in corner 1. The yellow flag comes out with Arnie DeBoer, your leader. Dale Robinson in second. Allison Plazik in third. Janelo Batista in fourth. Rebecca Hellier will be fifth as the 78 of Emily Nye is lapped down. Five laps left to go here for the Gales Auto Aftermarket Bomber Mechanics race. Up next, we'll have the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks, followed by the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstocks. And then it's time for the Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack Sprint Car A main event, followed by the crate sprints and our monster truck freestyle to conclude tonight's program. Green back out, and Arnie DeBoer takes off into corner number 1. Robinson second, Plazik third. Four laps left to go for Arnie DeBoer. Robinson and Plazik continue to go at it. Lap car right in front of Arnie DeBoer. That will cost him some track position as Robinson now is pulled up close to the back end of the 23. Here comes Plazik now, looking to the inside for second. Two laps left to go for your leader, Arnie DeBoer.
Last strip around for the leader, DeBoer.
Checkers come out for the Gales Auto Aftermarket Mechanical race number 2, and Arnie DeBoer picks up the win over Dale Robinson in the 6, Allison Plazik in the 0-1. Fourth will be Janelo Batista, and then it's the 5-17 of Rebecca Hellier and the 78 lap down Emily Nye. So Arnie DeBoer will head to victory lane, and we'll talk to all of our mechanics winners at the conclusion of the Thunderstock Mechanics race number 2. Clint's not in that one, is he? No, he is not. No. So Clint's done for the evening. Ready to go with the mini stocks. Mechanics race number 2. Vanessa Twitchett's on the pole. Nick Erskine on the outside in the 64. Row number 2 will be, is that Norm or Ham? And what's that last name? French?
I think
Norm
it's Norm
French.
French.
Norm French. Jeff, we need a translation down here, girls. Farnsworth. Oh, yeah, that definitely looks like Farnsworth. Not.
I'd like to buy a vowel, please.
Any vowel. Kevin Small will start 5th in the 16. Tristan De Silva, regular runner in the Bombers, in the 22. Jared Bodner in Jonathan Ayrton's 21, a regular runner in the Bombers. Dan Miller in the 79, and Jason Tolton in the 13. So that's the field for our second mechanics race for the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks. can you ask Clint to do the victory lane?
Now you got a copy, Clint?
Sprints right after him.
Now you got to do victory lane here. Right, so.
I need it. Green flag is out here for the HRW Automotive Mini Stock Mechanics race. And it's Jeff Farnsworth out in front in the Burger Barn Ace 1 Construction 21X. Dan Miller in the 79. Nope, that's not Vanessa. That's the 21 of Jared Bodner, all sorts of sideways in corner 4. Tristan De Silva right now in that third position behind Dan Miller. And the yellow flag comes out. Not sure who's in the 96. Not on our list. In the first race, it was Jason Lingaro. Ryan Denning in the 96. So 1 lap in, 11 to go in this one. 12 laps to come for the Thunderstocks. Then we'll go to the 360 Sprint Cars A-Main event, which will be 20 laps tonight, followed by the Crate Sprint Car A-Main for 20 laps. And then our Monster Truck Freestyle will conclude tonight's program. So it's Nick Erskine around in corner number 2 in Doug Erskine's 64 car. Trying to get that car turned around here in the right direction and get us back under green. .50 ticket sellers still going through the stands in the pink shirts. Getting in on tonight's draw. I haven't had an update lately, so not sure where we're at yet right with that. All right, coming back to the green flag. Kyle McKenzie ready to turn the field loose here with Jeff Farnsworth out in front in the 21X. Dan Miller, a veteran driver years gone by in that 79 machine. And gets a good run on the outside going into corner number 1. Oh, gets sideways, gathers it back up. Good save by Dan Miller. Ryan Denning now into second. So it's Farnsworth, Denning, Miller right now, your top 3. Tolton back there in 4th. And again, that's Jason Tolton in the 13. Tristan De Silva in the 22, the Brittany Myers car. Jared Bodner in the 21. Oh, Vanessa Twitchett gets passed high and low there in corner 3 is Dan Miller and Ryan Denning having a good battle there. 2 veterans racing down into corner right now with Farnsworth your leader. Miller and Denning having quite a fight, and Tolton doing a nice job as well in that 13. Tristan De Silva holding his own in the top 5. Oh, all sorts of sideways for Nick Erskine. That's one way to find your way into Lucas Oil victory lane. See if Nick can point the car in the right direction or if we will need to go yellow. And the yellow flag will have to fly there. 5 in, 7 to go. For the HRW Automotive Mini Stock Mechanics race, Nick Erskine pointed in the wrong direction here on the front stretch. We'll get him back around and we'll bring it back to the green with 7 laps left. Again, make sure you're back here next weekend, too. Huge nights of racing. The 13th annual Canadian Sprint Car Nationals weekend. Friday nights brought to you by the Burger Barn, our good friends there. Adam still owes Jay Hill from the Burger Barn a burger. I wonder if that's going to happen next. It'd be great if it happened next Friday night. And Adam not here tonight, but he'll be back next Friday night along with Tommy Googe. We'll be back in the booth with us next week. So again, on Friday night, the night before the Nationals, brought to you by Burger Barn, twin 15s for the sprint cars, along with the Kevin Ward Jr. Memorial Shootout, the Dave McLeod Memorial Shootout. We also have the Thunderstocks, Mini Stocks, and Bombers on the card next Friday night, 7:30 start time. And then on Saturday night, it's the 13th annual Canadian Sprint Car Nationals, brought to you by Aero Express. $12,000 to the winner. It brings some of the absolute best 360 sprint car racers in the Northeast right here to the Big O next weekend. Again, usually 60, 70 cars here for the Sprint Car Nationals. Coming up next Saturday night, OhswekenSpeedway.com for ticket information. Make sure you're here for our Crown Jewel weekend. Green flag back in the air. They're 3 wide right now for second. And Dan Miller goes around in corner 2, but he'll keep the car going.
Six in, 6 to go. Farnsworth, your leader.
Farnsworth having a much better run than that car had in the first go-around. As Jeff Shields was the driver in the first go-around, so I guess Jeff Farnsworth has the bragging rights so far here in this one. Out in front of Ryan Denning. Jason Tolton in third. Tristan De Silva, very nice job up there in fourth, along with Jared Bodner as well. And the 16, we haven't talked much about. Kevin Small doing a nice job in Fabio Olivieri's ride. Not easy at all to be out here on the track when you don't do it on a regular basis, and these drivers doing a great job out there. I think some of them ready for weekly competition.
Two to go at the line.
So again, it's Farnsworth leading, Denning second, Tolton right there, and Tolton's getting a good run on Denning down the backstretch. Great battle back there, 4 cars going at it from fourth on back. Tristan De Silva fourth, fifth Jared Bodner. Then it's Small in sixth, and here comes Dan Miller. Oh, Bodner gets sideways in 4, gathers it back up, and now Miller will slip to the inside. Final time down the backstretch for Farnsworth in the 21X. Checkers out, and Jeff Farnsworth will get the win for the Burger Barn team. Ryan Denning second, Jason Tolton third, fourth at the line will be Tristan De Silva. Fifth is Kevin Small. Sixth will be Dan Miller. Jared Bodner will come home in eighth. Everyone else lap down. So Jeff Farnsworth will take the Burger Barn Ace 1 Construction Aiken Motors 21X down to Lucas Oil Victory Lane. We'll need one more winner, and then we'll wrap up with our Victory Lane interview. Middleport Mechanical Thunderstock Mechanics Race, our final mechanics race of the night, ready to head out onto the racetrack. Have you decoded the lineup yet, Darren? Is that Caitlin Nanacoke? No, that's not even Nanacoke. What is that? I need to take my glasses off. Kaylin? Karen? Marucci. I thought it said Chihuahua. Karen Marucci. No.
Jim
Yes,
Lampman's
Marucci.
girlfriend.
Kathleen, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to make fun of these names. If you saw what I'm reading right now, Kathleen Lampman's on the outside of the front row. Walter in the 119.
Bochy, all right?
That's it. There you go, Bochy.
I saw the list earlier, so here we go.
Green flag is out
Is that Kathleen out front?
in the 28K. Yes. Nick Spencer's in the 24. Chris Bird in the 1. Peter Schwedek's in the 53. Kyle Beatty in the 49. Brian Crosgrove is in the 7. And Zach Bleach in the 11 junior. And James Martin is in the Rob Hoskins 37H.
Who's in the 8 car? That's what we want to know.
Who's in the 8?
Yeah, someone jumped in it.
Oh, we don't know.
Looking pretty fast out there right now, though.
Kyle McGrin.
Oh, yeah, Kyle McGrin. That's right. I heard that earlier.
Kyle McGrin's in Ryan Dinning's number 8. He's got a number of laps around this speedway in the past.
Oh, yeah. Driving the best car he's ever driven, probably right now.
He announced for a while, didn't he?
When he was like 12 years old, we used to have fun with him, and he wanted to be an announcer, so we used to let him call the mini stock races. And now we got Darren Shawcross as our junior announcer.
So when are you going to join in the mechanics race, Darren? It's the natural progression.
I'm wishing I didn't. I totally embarrassed myself tonight.
You did a good job, man.
Hey, when you now I know what they mean when you start on the pole, and you're like, only way to go is backwards.
So, okay, now I've lost track here. The leader is now, Kyle McGrin, I believe, is he not? McGrin is the leader. Then
Clip Lemon on the way by.
Yeah, and then it's the 37H of James Martin in second.
Martin's holding his own pretty good here against Kyle McGrin, who's a veteran here in this division in the past.
Now, I believe it's Kathleen Lampman. Oh, goes around sideways in corner 4, and that may bring out the yellow. Yes, it will. Caution comes out. 5 in, 7 to go.
360 sprint cars will be up next, following Victory Lane. Then our crate sprint scramble. And then our freestyle monster truck finale, including some fireworks, I believe. And we also have some smaller monster trucks, some junior monster trucks here also as part of the show that are going to come out for the finale here tonight. Of course, next week's our final racing event here. And then we will bring the flat track bikes, and then Lights Fest is here on September 30th. So still a few events coming up on Saturdays for the next 3 weeks. Of course, next week we're here Thursday for practice, Friday night before the Nationals, and Saturday, the 13th Annual Canadian Sprint Car Nationals. And Greg, you and I being big-time race fans here at the Speedway and big fans of everything Ohsweken, we're not overselling it when we tell the fans they absolutely have to see this race 3 years straight now and possibly 4 in a row. It's been absolutely amazing racing all the way through the pack, starting back when Jessica Zemkin won it, then Howland. Parker Price Miller have had some great races. Of course, you can't cut out the likes of Poirier, and of course, Dylan Westbrook been on fire here this year, setting up for an amazing one next weekend.
Yeah, what we see here weekly is amazing racing, but next week it intensifies like you've never seen in that division. So if you can make it, make sure you're here for the Canadian Sprint Car Nationals weekend as we're back under the green, and Kyle McGrin leads over Martin in the 37H.
Just one quick double file restarts all the way through. That's going to be crazy. Double file restarts all night long.
Cross flags in the air, 6 in, 6 to go. Zach Bleach has done a nice job. Started at the tail of this one. Is up to the 3rd spot in that 11 machine.
I was going to complain, said I should have been put in this race, but McGrim would have smoked me anyways.
Could you hear us spotting for you?
Of course, I cheated that whole race. When you said go to the bottom, I was down there.
We tried.
Hey, you can only do as good as your ability can hold you. You said bottom, but I couldn't make it go there. So, good run for Kyle McGrin out front here, coming around to lap the Kathleen Lampman machine here with just a few to go in this one.
Man, Kyle looks like he hasn't missed a beat here in this 8 machine. And for Kyle, for many years, he struggled with mechanical gremlins, so we really didn't get to see his full ability. But, man, in a championship car, he is just marching away.
Well, he's raced here mini stock and Thunderstock in the past. So, good show. Kyle McGrin. And he's way up in turn 2.
2.5 laps to go with McGrin leading down in corner number 3. Then it's Martin in the 37H, the 11 of Zach Bleach, and the 7, who is Brian Crosgrove. So Jason Lungaro and Brian Crosgrove traded cars essentially tonight. Jason was in Brian's mini stock earlier.
So Chris Bird around in turn 2, but he got going. We avoid the yellow. And white flag out now for Kyle McGrin one more time.
Great run for Kyle McGrin. He'll sail it through 1 and 2 down the backstretch the final time. He's going to wish he could drive that car every Friday night here as he sails it through 3 and 4 in the final mechanics race of the night. The Middleport Mechanical Thunderstock Division winner, Kyle McGrin, will take the win. Oh, close competition for second, and Zach Bleach, no. Yeah, I believe Zach Bleach is going to grab the second spot over the 37H of James Martin. Brian Crosgrove comes home in 4th. And rounding out the top 5, Kyle Beatty and Dave Bailey's number 49. So we'll go down to Lucas Oil Victory Lane and talk with our 3 winners, Arnie DeBoer, Jeff Farnsworth, and Kyle McGrin.
I'm on my way, Greg. I got it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got Jeff Farnsworth here, winner of our mini stock race. Jeff, do you have a good time tonight?
Oh, it was wicked. It was good to be on this side of the wheel for once.
Yeah, it's a lot different out there for the fans who don't normally get to check it out. Talk about what your first experience here was like.
It was good, and I'd like to do it again sometime.
All right, good luck. Jeff Farnsworth, he got it done. We'll get over here and talk to Kyle McGrin, who works his way out of the Club 54 Tobacco number 8. As Arnie DeBoer over there getting his photo taken. Have a round of applause for all 3 of our mechanics winners in round number 2 here tonight. What's up, Kyle? Probably the best ride you ever had. This thing was quick tonight, and you look really good. What can you say about your night?
Yeah, I just had a perfect car underneath me and just had to drive it, so it was right there for me.
Well, thanks for showing me up, because you showed them that a mechanic could get it to victory lane, and I was terrible tonight. So good job on you, Kyle.
Thanks a lot. It's been a while.
Kyle McGrin gets it done. We'll talk to Arnie DeBoer. Quickly, how's your night going, buddy? Did you have a good time?
Oh, yeah.
You look pretty good out there. Talk about your drive for us.
Well, I hope it didn't make some guys mad, because I see some paint rubbed off this side, but it was awesome, and I'd like to thank Glenn and you guys for putting this on, because it's the only chance we get.
All right, Robin's Racing, ladies and gentlemen. How about it for all 3 of our winners in round number 2 of the mechanics races? And the 360 Sprint Cars getting set to go their final race before next weekend's Canadian Sprint Car Nationals. We've got 2 sprint car races and 1 round of Monster truck still to come to close out the program. Thank you, everybody, for coming tonight. We'll wrap things up here quickly and head back to it.
All right, we're ready to go with Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack. Merchandising Sprint Car A main event. 20 laps the distance. Your starting lineup will look like this going from the pole. At a Pancor, the CF Industrial, Lumar Excavating, and Trucking Vertec. Number 38 is Tyler Hendricks. Lining up to his outside out of Caster Center, the KT Tobacco 10-line variety Silo Wireless 97 is Corey Turner. Starting third out of Caster Center, the Aces Bar and Grill, J&E Recovery Plastics Auto Recycler 91 is Ryan Turner. And to his outside, starting from position number 4 out of St. Williams, the Norfolk Appliance Repair, Simcoe Bearing, Gales Auto Aftermarket 21 of John Burbridge Jr. Starting in fifth out of Carlisle, the Big Road Meineke Car Care, Creative Edge Signs and Graphics. Car number 9 is Steve Lyons. And starting in sixth, the champion of the division here in 2017 out of Scotland, the Bradshaw Fuels, Ohsweken Speedway 47X of D-Dubs, Dylan Westbrook. Starting in seventh out of Fenwick, the Gibbons Contracting, Upper Canada Consultants 14H, it's the Red Rocket, Jim Hoopinen. And starting in eighth out of Brantford, the Burger Barn H1 Construction, Aiken Motors, number 10 of Downtown, Mitch Brown. Rolling off ninth out of St. Catharines, the Gulfy Concrete, Overland Heating and Air Conditioning, A to Z Expediting, number 80, the Real Deal, Chris Steele. And at his outside, starting 10th out of Brantford, the Outer Finishers Canada, Hills Tire and Gas, Strode's Barbecue, Little Bend 110 is Jake Brown. Going off 11th in car number 11 out of Caster Center, the Charlie B. Honey, Pie Spring and Alignment, VNR Recycling, 11 is Jamie Turner. And starting in 12th out of Waterdown, the Core Pack Merchandising, Rental Mac Construction, 0C is Cole McDonald. Starting in 13th out of Thamesford, the Vipond, Eller Car and DuPont. Number 6 is Curtis Gartley. And going off from the 14th position out of Hamilton, the Insta Installation, Epic Raceware, Dalton Group, Best Way Betting 01 of Mikey Krutchka. And starting in the 15th and final position out of Simcoe, the Norfolk Appliance Repair, Simcoe Bearing, Gales Auto Aftermarket 21J is John Burbridge Sr. 15 cars, 20 laps. The A main tonight for the Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack Merchandising Sprint Cars.
Well, Greg, as we mentioned, next week we start these guys double file restarts through the whole Canadian Sprint Car Nationals. That means it is going to be tight racing the whole night long. as they battle for $12,000 US for the winner's share.
All right, John Burbridge Jr. making his way out of the pit area. Field is set behind the Strickland GMC Pace truck. With Tyler Hendricks, Corey Turner on the front row.
Well, Greg, they'll take them off, they'll settle down and come back around to Kyle McKenzie's white flag here. And we will be set to go. One more lap of racing.
Field is set, locked, and ready to go. Ready to come back to the green flag for the Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack Merchandising Sprint Cars. 20 laps the distance. Tyler Hendricks and Corey Turner bring us to the double green flags. Coming to white now.
Well, Greg, there was some instructions given on the one-way radio to the two front leaders, Tyler Hendricks and Corey Turner, that they were to bring it around to turn 4 and idle it off. They raced down into 1, and Doug Leonard, race director, not too happy with them, said, meet me in the tech barn after, we'll talk about it. So they're supposed to lead this crew. They led them for an extra half a lap. We're ready to go this time, Greg.
So we'll try it again down in corner number 4. Hendricks, Turner, row number 1. Ryan Turner, John Burbridge Jr., row number 2. Steve Lyons, Dylan Westbrook back to row number 3. Kyle McKenzie's got the double greens in hand, and we are ready to go. 20 laps for the 360 sprint cars. Sling it down into corner number 1 and around the outside. Here comes Dylan Westbrook, jumps up to the 4th position already down the backstretch.
Tight there off of turn 4. Corey Turner with a good lead out here in the 97. Tyler Hendricks and Corey's brother Ryan going at it, but Dylan Westbrook still working the outside.
Down the backstretch, Turner takes over the 2nd spot, so it's Corey and Ryan 1 and 2. Tyler Hendricks fighting back on the bottom for the runner-up spot.
Hendricks with some solid runs in recent weeks in the 38 as he gets tuned up for the Canadian Sprint Car Nationals. Now Ryan Turner trying to come around the outside. They're wing to wing down to 3.
Waiting to pounce back and forth right now is Dylan Westbrook. D-Dubs working around the outside line. Sticks it up against the wall. They battle back and forth in front of him though. Turner on the top, Hendricks on the bottom.
Just as Dylan Westbrook thought about going to the bottom, Hendricks filled the hole down low, and they had nowhere to go. And Westbrook still finds himself back and forth. Turner smoking with a full straightaway lead.
John Burbridge Sr. will take the 21J into the pit area, so he is done for the evening. With Corey Turner your leader, Ryan Turner 2nd, 3rd right now, Tyler Hendricks. He'll look low for the 2nd spot.
Down into 1, still Corey Turner with a big lead out front, and 3 cars under a blanket through 1 and 2. Now Westbrook trying to find the middle, can't do it, and Hendricks will squeak back into the 2nd. Here comes Westbrook to the bottom.
And Westbrook's just been patient behind both of these cars as they move back and forth, but here he comes, patient no more. He'll work to the inside of Turner. Now looks low on Tyler Hendricks. 3-car fight for the 2nd spot down the backstretch.
Well, Westbrook now underneath Hendricks, but Hendricks will try and come back through the middle. Up across the top goes Westbrook, and here comes Hendricks with a good head of steam to the bottom. He wants to play the slide job game with D-Dubs.
Here comes the 47X. He'll get by on the outside of Tyler Hendricks. Hendricks not going away. He digs it in deep, looks to slide up off of 4. It won't stick, and Dylan Westbrook goes to 2nd.
Now Westbrook able to drive around, and Hendricks not done with it though. Tries to pitch a slider there into turn 2 and caught the bump. Not gonna pay off for him. Now it is Dylan Westbrook trying to chase down Corey Turner.
Want to talk about peaking at the right time. A win a couple of weeks ago for Corey Turner. A pair of 2nd place finishes last weekend down at Ohsweken Speedway, and he's dominating this one. Corey Turner leads this time by 10 in, 10 to go.
Westbrook, keep an eye on the margin there, Greg, as it'll come away with 10 laps to go. And Turner now catching lap traffic. That's going to be something good for Westbrook if he can capitalize.
Heavy lap traffic, as you say, right there in front of leader, the 97 Corey Turner. Dylan Westbrook trying to close the gap as they come down the front stretch. He's closing it just a little bit. Right now, Hendricks third, Ryan Turner fourth, and Mitch Brown into the top 5.
Working here with the lead, still Corey Turner in the number 97 car to the middle, 1 and 2. Got 3 slower machines up in front, and Westbrook visibly has cut that in half.
Oh yeah, he's gaining big time track position in the corners around the outside line. Foot in the throttle, and he is there. He's 3 car lengths back of Corey Turner with heavy traffic in front.
And man, as Turner slowed down to make turn 1, Westbrook drove it hard to the outside, and he will take a shot at him here. Coming back to 1, Westbrook's going to be there.
Trying to find his 16th win of the year in 360 sprint car competition. He looks low on Corey Turner in corner 1. Turner goes way up the track. D-Dubs to the bottom. He's the new leader down the back stretch.
Yeah, Turner with the slide job right between the lap cars, and it worked out clean, but Westbrook with the advantage and 5 to go as they come back here to the bottom of 1.
Started in the 6th spot, spent a handful of laps behind Ryan Turner and Tyler Hendricks. Bided his time, got by them, and tracked down leader Corey Turner, and now he sets sail for another win. 4 laps to go.
Westbrook to the top side of 1 and 2. Turner fading back now a little bit. Still a solid battle for the 3rd spot with Ryan Turner grabbing it away from Tyler Hendricks, and Hendricks now fades 4 car lengths in the back.
3 laps left to go for Dylan Westbrook. Corey Turner right now 2nd, 3rd is Ryan Turner, 4th Tyler Hendricks, 5th Mitch Brown, 6th at the line is Jim Hoopinen, 7th Steve Lyons, 8th Jake Brown, 9th Chris Steele, and 10th is Jamie Turner, the final car on the lead lap.
2 to go for Dylan Westbrook. Up around the top side, a good bit of training and practice for him to get ready for next week's Canadian Sprint Car Nationals. Certainly the local contingents hope to get it done.
White flag goes in the air. Final trip around for D-Dubs. Dylan Westbrook looking for his 16th win of the year. He'll work it down the backstretch of final time. A little bit of a test and tune before next week. He's a legitimate contender for the Canadian Sprint Car Nationals, and he wins again here at Ohsweken. Dylan Westbrook, your winner.
Westbrook by a mile out front of Corey Turner, and a good run back for Tyler Hendricks to grab 3rd from Ryan Turner. Mitch Brown will come across in 5.
So Dylan Westbrook gets it done again, the champion for 2017 here at the Ohsweken Speedway. He's the SOS champion for the 2nd year in a row. Gets it done yet again. The 47X out of Scotland, Ontario, on the Bradshaw Fields Ohsweken Speedway 47X. D-Dubs, Dylan Westbrook goes back to Lucas Oil Victory Lane.
Get out your 50-50 tickets as well, ladies and gentlemen. We'll draw the 50-50 at this time. Dylan Westbrook back up on the roof, as we've seen multiple times this season. Still have 1 race and monster trucks to come. If you give us another 15 minutes, we'll make it worth your while, ladies and gentlemen. Dylan Westbrook out of the car. How about it for 47X Dylan Westbrook? Well, Dylan, another great run for you. I mean, this car, when it is not breaking, it is flying, man. You just chased down Corey easily there. You got to be excited going into the Canadian Sprint Car National with the package your team's had so far this season.
Yeah, our car has been working real good. We've been hitting the setup really good all year, and I can go anywhere, top, bottom, and yeah, with the lap traffic, I slowed Corey down a bit there, so it gave me a bit of an advantage to get caught up to him. Then he had to go high for a lap car, so I was able to dive underneath him.
Now, you've had some issues where the night where you broke 2 motors, put you back behind the points lead. Going into last week, I saw you earlier, I said, you worried about mechanical? You said, absolutely not. How can you be that confident?
Me and my crew, like everyone that works on it, I'm real confident in all the work they do, and we just always go over like every nut and bolt in the car, just make sure everything's all good, and I just hope for the best.
Good job, Dylan. Good luck next week.
Thank you.
Ohsweken, one of the favorites here, getting ready to go. Corey Turner, come on over and have a word with us. While they finish the photos here for Dylan Westbrook, we'll talk. Corey, you started out on a pretty good run there. Dylan chased you down. He's been the class of the field here this year, but Greg remarked that you might be peaking at the right time. Some solid runs here in the past couple weeks.
Yeah, you know what? Our Hills racing ride's been really, really good, so I got to thank Miles and Pam and Alex for giving us great equipment, and our team is really peaking at the right time, and, you know, next weekend is our Super Bowl, so, you know, we'd love to have a good top 10 run in the A-Main on Saturday.
Good luck, Corey.
Thank you.
Corey Turner had a good run going tonight. We'll get over here and get a word with Tyler Hendricks. Tyler, you've had some solid runs of late. Safe to say you're getting comfortable with the 360 power?
Yeah, you know, we keep improving as we go, and actually, I can't thank Jim Hoopinen enough for tonight. I actually destroyed my rear end in the heat race after the win there. It just puked oil everywhere, so we actually borrowed one off of Jim. We thrashed the whole time and just barely made the start for this one.
Always good when the thrash pays off. Congrats.
Thanks a lot.
Tyler Hendricks grabs the third here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We got one more feature race to go, and we'll bring the monster trucks back out. Thank you so much for being with us. Don't go anywhere. We got about 20 more minutes worth of action for you, and you're going to love it. We promise you. 50-50 tickets, get them out. We'll get Dylan Westbrook to pull the winner here in just a moment. Come on in. All right, Dylan, reach in there and give somebody $1,157.50. $1,157.50. Lucky number is 260865. 260865. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a one round of applause for our top 3 in the Cool Kids Core Pack Sprints, and we'll get ready to go with the crate cars who are warming up over in the push-off track. You can hear them rumbling around back there. Well, it's our final race of the night before we bring out the monster trucks to finish crushing these cars. 24 cars. Normally they will race for their starting positions. Greg, we made them redraw for starting positions 1 through 24. So no matter where you qualified, you didn't know where you were going to start. Could have drew the pole. Could have drew dead last.
And I've got the starting lineup here, and coming out of the B main and starting on the pole. The driver out of Beachville, the Weatherskin Coatings, 8-door construction, 5 stars, DJ Christie alongside The winner of $12,000 over the Flamborough Speedway the other day in the Enduro race out of St. Agatha, the Kel Tire Nicholson Realty, number 18 is Josh Shantz. Starting in third out of Ohsweken, the Canada Fuels 9C is Brian Anacoke, and rolling off fourth out of Carlisle in the Vleester Roofing, number 18X is Davey Boughton. Starting fifth out of Vanessa in the Mike Eric Dodge, number 8, it's Hannah Farrell. And to the outside out of Wilson, make that out of Union in the Wilson's Better Used Cars 6M, it's Eric McGlone. Starting in seventh out of Oakland in the Insulthane, car number 3 exits Lofton Shuts. To his outside, starting in eighth out of Mississauga, the Oakwood Transport number 4 of Mac Demand. Starting in position number 9 tonight, out of Stouffville, driving the Transport Sales and Service Retail Design Group, car number 43H, the Gunslinger Ryan Hunsinger. To his outside out of Brantford, the Roxy's Tap and Grill 9 is Paul Ballantyne. Row 6 out of Ohsweken, the 8H of Matt Hill, and the 88H out of Beamsville, the J&E Recovery Machine of Josh Hansen. Row 7 out of Scotland, the Ackland Insurance 87X is Sean Evans. And starting 14th out of Ohsweken, the Rochester Nighthawks 68 of Aaron Turkey. Row 8, the Burger Barn, Ace One Construction 55 of Mike Thorne, and out of Binbrook, the 29 of Liam Martin. Row number 9 in the Nitro 54 variety, number 15 is Dan Anacoke, and the 51 out of Ancaster, Trevor Young. Row 10 sees Caledonia, Ontario's Jesse McDonald, and the Renway Energy, number 88, and his outside out of London, the 7 of Caleb Wood. Row 11, the 38 of Ohsweken, the Ohsweken Speedway. Epic Racewear, number 38 is Derek Miller, and going off 12th out of Port Colborne, the 5D is Jacob Dykstra. Row number 12 is where we find the champion from 2017. In the INS Craftsman Supplies, number 1, it's Holly Porter, and the outside, the Chiefswood Gas and Garage, number 49H, it's Jerry Hill out of Hagersville. Strickland GMC Pace Truck leads the field around. They're going to split the rows apart and do the salute to you, the fans. So, ladies and gentlemen, when they come by this time by, wave on all these drivers, 24 of them, ready to go racing. They're 4 wide and fancy for you, the fans. This is the Strickland GMC Crate Sprint Car A-Main. Field gets a white flag next time by. We're going green flag racing, 20 laps for the Strickland GMC Crate Sprint Car Division. DJ Christie having problems on the 5. He will take it to the pit area, so that puts Brian Anacoke on the pole alongside Josh Shantz. 23 sprint cars ready to get it on like Rosie O'Donnell at the all-you-can-eat buffet, coming to the green flag. Josh Shantz jumps out to the lead. Troubles for Davey Boughton. Goes straight up into the wall in corner 1. Comes back down the banking in 2 and rejoins the back of the pack. So it's Josh Shantz, your leader, across the lap 1. Davey Boughton again up in corner number 3 will bring the car to a stop, and that will bring out the caution. Davey Boughton in the 18X comes to a stop, the high side of 3 and 4. The initial green going into corner number 1, that car shot straight up the track, up towards the fencing. He slowed it down, brought it back down the backstretch, but obviously something wrong as that car went back up into the high side of 3. So drivers being told to get single file in line here in their positions. Again, all these drivers with one-way race receivers in their car. They can hear race director Doug Leonard here in the tower.
5D ahead of 7, 5D over 7.
And if you don't do what you're told, you get barked at. So Shantz and Anacoke, your top two. Again, Josh Shantz, winner at Flamborough on the weekend. $12,000 for an Enduro win, 400 laps. Saw pictures of Josh. He looked wiped out after 400 laps of Enduro racing. That's a huge take-home, though. Troubles for Sean Evans down here in corner 4 in the 87X. He's come to a stop. Working on getting one of the push trucks down here in front for Sean, who was caught up last week in that lap 1 crash on the back stretch. Championship contenders eliminated on the first lap. Holly Porter, Jesse McDonald, and Sean Evans. And looking back to the point standings, obviously it didn't hurt Holly Porter. She ended up holding on to win the championship, as did Jesse McDonald. Finished in second where he was going into the night. The big loser on that crash last week was Sean Evans, who had a chance to finish in the top 3 in points in that 87X. And because of that crash, ended up in 6th. But I'll tell you what, it was cool to see the work that was done by so many different crews. Watch the video from that night of them trying to repair the 87X, get them back out on the track. Drivers like Ryan Turner, Steve Lyons in there trying to help Sean get back out. There's so many crew members from other teams just helping, and they couldn't get the car back out. Ended up 6th in the points. But for Nathan Acklin Racing, when something bad like that happens and you see everyone come together, it's still a pretty cool feeling to know you're supported that much. So all in all, not the night they wanted, but a good result in the end. Green flag comes out with Josh Shantz, Brian Anacoke leading them into 1. Hannah Farrell up there mixing it up in the 4th spot now. Looks low on Brian Anacoke. Hannah's really turned up the wick here in the last few weeks, been up there in contention. Man right now riding behind Josh Shantz, your leader, with 3 laps on the board, 17 to go for the Strickland GMC Crate Sprint Car Division. Hannah Farrell running in the 3rd position, Eric McGlone 4th, Brian Anacoke has slipped back to 5th. 6th right now is Ryan Hunsinger, 7th is Liam Martin, 8th is Aaron Turkey, 9th Paul Ballantyne, and 10th is Lofton Schutz. Shantz works it off the corner another time by, looking for 2 feature wins in a row. The winner last Friday night on Epic Racewear Championship night. Troubles for Liam Martin. He'll pull the 29 into the infield. Left front broken on that car. He had a hard time steering it into the infield. So good job by him to get it out of harm's way. Leader Josh Shantz getting to catch the tail end of the field. Derek Miller right in his sights. 7 laps complete. 13 to go for Josh Shantz. Down the backstretch, 2 slow cars. The leader just barely gets by as Jerry Hill had problems. He's slow on the high side of corner number 3, and the caution will fly. Jerry Hill slowed coming down at a corner number 2 and creeps to a stop at the high side of 3, bringing out the caution flag, and that was close for race leader Josh Shantz, who had to make evasive moves down the backstretch to swing by. So Jerry Hill will get the push back to the pit area in the Chiefswood Gas and Garage number 49H. So the lapped car, Trevor Young, will be up there between the top two. So you got the 18 of Josh Shantz as the leader. Trevor Young, lap car, the 51. That second car back. Then second place in the running order is Mac Demand in the 4.
Well, Greg, did you see a tire down on the Jerry Hill car?
No, I did not. I didn't.
There was
notice as
reports
went
that he
by.
might have had a tire down. So we will follow that one back to the pits and find out what the story is here with Jerry Hill.
Yeah, you have to wonder if maybe that was the problem, the reason he stopped on the backstretch to try and get what would be a couple of minutes in the work area.
DJ Christie back out here in the number 5, pole sitter. He will come back and start tailing this one.
Yeah, when DJ came out to the start, he just could not get that car to fire properly. Race director Doug Leonard asked him to go to the back pits if the car wasn't going to go. And DJ Christie, though, was being called back to the pit area because he did not take the original green, so he is not eligible to return to the race. Hopefully everyone's enjoying our live broadcast on YouTube.
Well, the Hill team not really working on the 49 over there of Jerry Hill, so he looks like he is done. Lights go out. We're ready to go back to it. 7 in, 13 to go here in our final sprint car race of the night before we bring back the monster trucks.
Shantz will set the pace. He will lead them off of corner 4 and down across the stripe. Shantz and Demand in second. Demand trying to work by that lap car of Young. He does so easily. Right now in third, it's that 8 machine of Hannah Farrell. She has 2 lap cars between her and the top 2. Right now it's Mac Demand trying to close in. Oh, 4 wide down the front stretch. Close call here mid-pack. They all get through. As Eric McGlone in 4th, battling with Ryan Hunsinger, Aaron Turkey, and Jesse McDonald. Shantz, your leader, Mac Demand not going away. 2 of the most dominant drivers in this division here in the last couple of seasons. Josh Shantz, winner 1 week ago, and now Caleb Wood goes around in corner 2 and the caution flies. Yellow flag out for the 7 of Caleb Wood. Caution back on the field. So the field will bunch back up. Looks like Caleb Wood should be able to continue on. Just got that car looped around in the wrong direction. Oh, look at the fuel burning off there out of the headers as he gets pushed off. Bit of a light show there. Restart cone back out. And the field will restart single file. Now, Mac Demand does not have the lap car between he and Josh Shantz, so he'll get a clean start here on this restart with 9 complete, 11 to go. Just finalizing the restarting order. A couple of disputes out there on the track, so they're getting everyone back in the proper place. So 11 laps to go, and then the monster trucks return for their final performance of the night, the freestyle. Coming to the green flag, Josh Shantz, Mac Demand first and second, then that blue number 8. That is Hannah Farrell. A great run up there in third, Ryan Hunsinger 4th, and Eric McGlone 5th. Green back out on the field. Josh Shantz leads him into 1, but Mac Demand's right there now. Mac didn't have to deal with the lap car, and he pulls up right to the back Nerf bar of the 18 going into corner number 3. Demand goes up high. Shantz on the bottom. Shantz will work it off at corner 4. He'll lead at the cross flags. 10 in, 10 to go. Here comes Mac Demand, looking high, looking low. Shantz pulls away by a car length. Hannah Farrell gets by 1 lap car, and she fights now with the 43H of Ryan Hunsinger. There's nose wing damage on the 8, I believe. Yes, it is. That nose wing has flapped over for the Hurricane, Hannah Farrell. Now Jesse McDonald shoots through the middle, and he gets by both Hunsinger and Farrell. 3 wide, Farrell returns the favor. Oh, they make contact. Wow. McDonald gathers it back up. What a race back there for the third position. Hannah Farrell with the nose wing damage, continuing to hold down the spot over Jesse McDonald and Ryan Hunsinger. Jesse McDonald shoots back around the outside and will take the third spot. Hannah Farrell back to fourth. Fifth is Ryan Hunsinger. Meanwhile, out in front, Josh Schatz leads over Mac Demand. Straight away back to third, Jesse McDonald. Hannah Farrell there in fourth. Fifth is Ryan Hunsinger with 5 laps to go for leader Josh Schatz. Josh Schatz looking to go 3 for 4 in his last 4 races. Winner last Friday night here in the crate sprint car division. Did not finish the race at Brighton with the SOS on Saturday, but on Monday won the Enduro race. Now looking for his 3rd win in a week. Back in the crate sprint, he's holding off Mac Demand. Troubles up in corner 2. Caleb Wood goes around, keeps the foot in the throttle. We stay green, right in front of the leader at that. Coming by, it's 2 laps to go, and here comes Mac Demand with a head of steam. He works it around the outside. Mac Demand, Josh Schatz, wheel to wheel for the top spot. Lap cars directly in front. Mac Demand, your new leader. White flag coming out to the top 2. Demand and Schatz. Schatz looks high. Now he'll cut down low in corner number 1. Lap cars all around. Final time down the backstretch. Mac Demand leading the way. Here comes Schatz on the bottom. Mac Demand through the middle. Oh, he is the man. He'll pick up the win. Mac Demand wins over Josh Schatz. Jesse McDonald 3rd. 4th of the line, Ryan Hunsinger. And 5th is Hannah Farrell with a damaged nose wing. Great top 5 for her. Aaron Turkey 6th. 7th, Eric McGlone. 8th is Sean Evans. 9th, Holly Porter. And Mike Thorne will complete the top 10. As we'll send Clinton Jeffrey down trackside to talk to our winner. Mac Demand pulling off the win on a pass with 2 laps left to go. I want to thank Lone Wolf Fireworks for lighting up the sky here once again tonight. Lone Wolf Fireworks on Highway 54 in Middleport. Check them out online and on Facebook. Lone Wolf Fireworks, the official firework provider of Ohsweken Speedway.
And we're going to send Greg Kellnan down to Victory Lane to speak to her top 3 finishers.
All right, let's hear it for Mac Demand. Gets the job done with 2 laps to go and picks up the win. After announcing this week he is moving to 6 sprint car next year. Moving up a division to the Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack Sprints. Celebrating down here with Jesse McDonald, 3rd place finisher. Josh Schatz comes home 2nd. Mac, no points on the line, but you made it exciting. What a race there in the final 2 laps, and just got by him there when it counted.
Yeah, Josh is a hell of a runner. We run pretty close setup and pretty close line, so it's tough to get by him. He likes to run the same line I do. But he beat me last week, so I got to beat him this week. And I don't know. He's got his shit together. He's a great driver. He's been in this division for a long time. But same thing happened last year once. He goes, note to self, if you see the number 4 behind you on the leaderboard, move up a lane. And that's what I was thinking in my head the whole time. Try up a lane, and I got it, and it was awesome. That was a lot of fun, great race, dicing through lap traffic, just a lot of fun.
Who do you want to thank for the win tonight?
Well, the Barr family, as people might not know, I'm going 360 next year, and these guys have given me the best crate ride this division's had for 2 years. I can't thank them enough. All of our sponsors, Oakwood Transport, Fast Track Performance, Lucas Oil, Centerline Elevator, Centerline Media, just everyone. I want to thank all these fans. Thank you guys for staying for the crate feature. We really appreciate it. And yeah, hope you guys come back next week for the Nationals.
There you have it, Mac DeMann, your winner here tonight with the Crate Sprint Car Division. We'll bring out Josh Shantz. Man, Josh, I thought you were going to have your third win of the week there. It's been an up and down week for you. Talk about the last couple of laps there.
Yeah, just we had a really good car. The track was starting to slick off on entry a little bit. I think I could have held Mac off if lap traffic wasn't in the way, but that's what happens when we start 24 cars. That's okay. Mac ran me clean, like he always does. I have a lot of respect for Mac and the way he drives. But yeah, it's definitely been a good week. 2 firsts and a second this week. I'm not complaining.
Who would you like to thank?
Everybody that helps on this car, my dad, my whole crew. All the sponsors on this car, Cal Tire, Creative Edge, Nicholson Realty, Baden Auto, Cobra Trucking, AYS, Handsome Automotive. There's tons of people that help out with this car, sponsors and crew, and just very thankful for all that.
All right, thank you, Josh Shawn. Second place here tonight. We'll catch up with Jesse McDonald. Jesse, a little bit of redemption from last week. I know that was a heartbreaker for you on lap number 1, but to be up there running for a win here tonight's got to feel good.
Oh, man, it was awesome. Yeah, last week, it didn't go the way we wanted it, but hey, that's racing. You can't, you're going to have bad luck. We had a great year last year, and, going from 19th to 3rd, that's pretty cool. I needed one more caution, and I would have had something for those guys.
Who would you like to thank?
I got to thank Ohsweken Speedway, Glenn Stiers, Steve Moulton. I got to thank my crew chief, Brad Heron, right here. If it wasn't for this guy, we wouldn't be up here. Fred, Cam, my dad. Team effort all year.
Jesse McDonald, third place tonight with the Strickland GMC Crate Sprint Car Division. There's the monster trucks ready to go with their final, the freestyle, ready to go for our 3 monster trucks.
All right, as soon as we get victory lane cleared, we will turn them loose. All right, are you guys ready for some monster truck freestyle action? Let's hear you make some noise. Looks like anger management may be up first. Down in the infield, we get set to roll. How about Ohsweken? Let's hear you make some noise one more time. All right, we are ready for the monster trucks to kick off their freestyle session. We want to thank them all for coming out tonight, all you fine fans for hanging around. We appreciate you coming down as we have some fun with the monster trucks. You see the red emergency lights go on, that means he's ready to fire it up. Let's do it. First up, the anger management to tear it up, see what they can do. Sizing up the stack, getting ready to go. We'll see what Eddie can do out here in anger management. Come back across them now. I think he's trying to get some wheelies going, but there's so much bite over there. It looks like he's hung up on the stack there. Oh, back out of it. And a monster's way through it. He gets off the stack. Well, ladies and gentlemen, how about it for anger management? All right, looks like Black Stallion will be up next. Safety clean black stallion out here now. Mike Vodder's behind the wheel. Look at that one. Barely touching the tops of those cars. Jumping right over the top. Here goes Mike Vodder's at it again. He wants to hear you make some noise, ladies and gentlemen. All right, next up, we'll see who's going to roll out of the pile in the back. Well, they're still going. You want to see some more? We'll bring out the Mini Crusher now. Let's see what this Mini Crusher can do. Well, he's going to try it. Well, that's it for the Mini Smasher, it looks like. Still got Overkill Evolution to come out and get it on. Former freestyle world champion down in Las Vegas a couple years ago. And we got an even smaller one now. All right, here comes the former world champion, Overkill Evolution. Let's see what he can do. Right at it. That's the style we like. Well, now we got some action. Now that's some monster truck action. Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen. Monster trucks. Oh, look, they're still going off. He nearly got them right up the butt there.